Do you think you know about China, where sheer cliffs plunge straight down into the vast abyss? If you falter out of fear now, you will forever miss the chance to unveil a hidden world. A completely different realm lies quietly concealed within these ancient mountain ranges. The starting point for a journey that tests one's courage. From there, we venture together toward the planet's most solitary and unforgiving peaks. Welcome to impossible places where the instinct for survival awakens in the face of nature's ferocity. Today, let's explore China's most dangerous mountains peaks you should absolutely never attempt to climb alone. Broad Peak. If measured by death/success rate, Broad Peak typically ranks in the top 5 to 8, with approximately 8 deaths per 100 successful ascents. Along with the giant icebergs hanging overhead, plus the steep slopes prone to wind load, causing avalanches. You could be hit by falling rocks at any moment while going from BC to C1. According to the most recent data, Broad Peak has had approximately 400 to 500 successful ascents, but around 34 to 40 deaths. Many Chinese people consider it the Everest of Karakoram because of its height and fame, but they often underestimate its brutality. Kawagabo, Meili Snow Mountain. At approximately 6,740 meters high, its danger lies at the summit, despite numerous test expeditions since the beginning of the 20th century. And worse, the death rate is almost 100% for those who seriously attempt to conquer it. In late 1990, a joint Japanese-Chinese expedition decided to attempt the summit during winter. A time of extremely harsh weather. Locals have repeatedly warned against it and even built barriers, viewing Kawagebo as a sacred holy mountain. They say that anyone who crosses the sacred stone wall to climb it will anger the gods. This is considered one of the deadliest mountaineering accidents in history. Tiandu Peak. It earned the title of most dangerous due to its steep terrain and narrow, breathtaking mountain ridges. With its carp's backbone, this is the soul of Tiandu. A narrow strip of rock, barely 1 meter wide and over 10 meters long, with sheer drops of thousands of meters on both sides and no trees for cover. As you grip the icy cold iron chains, the wind whistling through the rocks makes your heart race faster than any cardio workout. A strange mix of extreme fear forces you to focus 100% on every step. At this moment, the world is reduced to just you and the rock. Along with the stairway to heaven, knees touch the step in front, while hands grip tightly onto the cable. Jade Dragon Snow Mountain. From afar, Jade Dragon Mountain appears like a white jade dragon winding through the clouds. This is one of the world's most impregnable mountains. To this day, no one has truly conquered its highest peak. Stepping out of the cable car cabin at an altitude of 4,506 meters feels like you've just traveled through time to an oxygen-deficient planet. Your head will start to ache, your heart pounding as if it's about to jump out of your chest. Each step of the wooden staircase leading to the observation deck is a battle for survival between willpower and trembling legs. There are times when the fog descends so quickly that you can't even see your own hand, leaving only a cold, white, and menacing expanse. Freezing cold and this fairy tale scenery. Would you risk it all to stand on the Jade Dragon once? Comment your thoughts for Punder Planet. Minya Konka, Sichuan. If you think Everest is the ultimate challenge, then Minya Konka is nature's most powerful warning to the arrogant. While thousands of people attempt to climb Everest each year, only a handful manage to reach the summit of Minya Konka. The death rate there has at times reached 90%, far exceeding even the killer K2 in impossible places. Located on the edge of the Tibetan Plateau, it's a pocket where hot, humid air meets frigid air currents. Blizzards can strike in minutes, reducing visibility to zero. What about you? If you had the chance to stand before this awe-inspiring majesty, would you dare to admire its beauty? Mount Hua, Shanxi. First of all, Mount Hua isn't the highest or most beautiful mountain in China, but it is the most treacherous. With 5 main peaks, but what truly gives people goosebumps is the Long Kong Stack Path, also known as the Plank Walk to Heaven. What do you think of a path about 30 centimeters wide with old wooden planks nailed to the sheer cliff face? Below lies a chasm, an estimated 700 to 1,000 meters of sheer drop. Many sources claim 100 deaths per year, but this number was actually exaggerated back when seatbelts didn't exist. Now that two-point seatbelts are mandatory, with cameras and monitoring, accidents have decreased significantly. Maley Snow Mountain. While thousands have climbed Mount Everest, Kawagabo holds the record for 0 successful climbs. Our every attempt to conquer it has ended in tragedy or catastrophic failure. The slopes of Mount Maley are extremely steep, and the snow and ice here are incredibly unstable amidst the impossible places. For Tibetans, this is a sacred mountain. Climbing it is considered sacrilegious. The horrifying 1991 tragedy that claimed 17 missing climbers forced China to ban all climbing on the mountain, permanently starting in 2001. M.A. Shan, Sichuan here. You'll experience all 4 seasons in a single day at impossible places. At the base, it's lush summer green, but up at Kimjin, fierce winds and thick fog make you feel like you're standing at the edge of the world. To reach the top without a cable car, you have to climb tens of thousands of steep, narrow, and slippery stone steps in extremely high humidity. Some sections are so steep that you feel like you're crawling on all fours rather than walking. It's dangerous because of the steep, sheer terrain and wildly unpredictable weather, but that very harshness gives it a unique soul no other mountain has. What about you? Please leave your opinion about this mountain in the comments below and let Hill Planet know. Huangshan Anhui. Seen from a distance, it looks like a thin thread clinging to the sheer cliff face of impossible places. Just one misstep, and you'll understand why this is called the most dangerous mountain. Your legs will tremble, your heart will race, but the view will be breathtakingly beautiful. Huangshan Mountain is not for the faint of heart or those afraid of heights. It's a test of willpower. You're not conquering the mountain. It's simply allowing you to admire its beauty. Nanga Parbat. Known as the cannibal, this name isn't meant to scare children. Before the first person conquered it in 1953, dozens of lives had been lost beneath the permafrost. Always among the most dangerous mountains on the planet, located in the heart of impossible places. Combined with the terrain of icebergs and oxygen levels so low that your brain feels like it's about to shut down immediately. But Nanga Parbat doesn't welcome you. It only allows you to exist if you are tough enough and lucky enough. Every step upward is a negotiation with death. K2, Pakistan. Known as Savage Mountain, it's part of the Karakoram Range and is primarily climbed from the Pakistani side. It's a monster at 8,611 meters, with an incredibly high risk of death due to hellish weather, constant avalanches, and falling rocks. If you're looking for the world's most dangerous 8,000-meter mountain, K2 still leads the pack unrivaled. People still fall every year, but the reputation of being the world's most dangerous bike didn't come about for nothing. The death rate among all climbers is extremely high, but the total number of fatalities is lower because fewer people dare to attempt the climb. Kawakapo, Tibet. In the eyes of Tibetans, this is a protective deity, and attempting to conquer it is considered an act of extreme disrespect. This is one of the few mountains in the world that has never been reached by human footsteps. All climbing attempts failed, and the most heartbreaking tragedy came in 1991. This is when 17 Japanese and Chinese climbers vanished completely overnight. From a distance, the snow-covered slopes look deceptively gentle and serene. But in reality, they are sheer ice walls with the highest avalanche density in the Himalayas. The weather here changes in seconds. One moment, it's scorching hot. The next, it's a blinding blizzard. Shishapangma, famous for its long, gently sloping, snow-covered terrain, it looks easy to walk, but that very gentle slope is extremely dangerous in the fall. Freshly fallen snow, strong winds, and extremely low temperatures create a very fragile layer of snow. Deep in the Tibetan plateau, Shishapangma is influenced by cold, dry Tibetan westerlies plus residual moisture from the monsoon. A sunny day can turn into a snowstorm in the afternoon, with winds reaching 100 kilometers per hour. If shit hits the fan, you either walk down or wait for ground rescue. But at 7,600 to 8,000 meters, waiting just means dying slowly. Songshan, Henan. The highest peak is Lian Fong, with an altitude of approximately 1,512 meters. This is the highest peak among the 5 sacred mountains that has never been officially developed for tourism, and there is no cable car. Chinese mountaineers say this is the most dangerous of the 5 sacred mountains if you take the uncharted route. My advice to you is to prepare yourself with mountaineering experience, rope, good shoes, and don't go alone. It's a dangerous mountain in the silent but deadly way, not the overtly terrifying kind like Mount Hua. Hengshan, Sante. Located in Hunyuan County, with a highest elevation of approximately 2,016 to 2,017 meters, it is one of the 5 ancient sacred mountains. Famous for the Heaven's Path section, just 30 to 40 centimeters wide, suspended on a sheer cliff face with a 2,000-meter drop below. Years ago, it was rumored that as many as 100 people died each year, although no official figures were released. Now it's much safer thanks to seatbelts, but the adrenaline rush is still terrifying. Imagine you're clinging to a chain, looking down and seeing only white clouds and jagged rocks. So when you come here, be sure to be in good physical condition. Go early to avoid the crowds and buy a safety harness. Bima Snow Mountain, Yunnan. It's not just dangerous because of the altitude, but the real fear lies in National Highway 214. This is one of the most treacherous mountain passes connecting Yunnan and Tibet. With its treacherous winding curves, one side a sheer cliff, the other a bottomless abyss. Just a split second of inattention, and the price to pay is enormous. No matter the season, icy, slippery road patches are always lurking. Tires easily lose grip, turning your car into an uncontrollable hunk of metal on a sheet of mirror-like ice. Gasherbrum 1 and 2. If Everest is the roof of the world, with the hustle and bustle of tourism, then Gasherbrum 1 and Gasherbrum 2 are silent arenas. G1 is unassuming, hidden behind sheer cliffs, and that's the first danger. And to reach the 8,080-meter summit, you must face the Gasherbrum Corridor, a near-vertical ice slope where even a tiny mistake with your crampons can send you flying into the void. G2 is often considered the easier of the peaks above 8,000 meters, but don't let that label fool you. These ice cracks, covered with a thin layer of snow, look very picturesque, but one wrong step and you'll disappear into the ground forever. Siguniangshan, Sichuan. Famous for its inaccessible Yaomei Peak. This is why the Four Maidens Mountain is considered one of the most dangerous mountains in China. While Mount Daifeng is an entry-level trekking route, Yaomei is a deadly wall of ice and slate. Standing at the foot of Yaomei, you'll feel incredibly small. The cliffs rise almost 90 degrees, and the wind whistles through the crevices like a scream. This isn't ordinary mountain climbing, but this is extremely high-tech climbing, where the margin of error is measured in millimeters. Many people underestimate peaks 1 and 2, only to give up due to altitude sickness or exhaustion. Haba Snow Mountain. Yunnan Haba faces Jade Dragon Snow Mountain across Tiger Leaping Gorge and is often mistaken for an easy climb as the classic entry-level 5,000-meter peak. The raging winds are Haba's most terrifying feature. Gulps can reach levels 8 and 9, strong enough to blow away an adult if they don't hold on tightly to a rope. From the rest stop to the summit, you are faced with steep rock slabs at 45 to 50 degrees and endless stretches of ice. Get yourself a really sturdy pair of hiking boots and practice climbing stairs for at least 3 months beforehand. Getu Hi Arch, Guizhou. Here, you will witness firsthand the Miao people climbing sheer cliffs hundreds of meters high without any safety ropes. Watching them cling to tiny ledges with their bare hands, my heart stopped. This isn't extreme sports, it's instinct and heritage. Getuhi is not for the safe-minded. It's the perfect blend of spectacular geology and unique indigenous culture. It's dangerous not only because of its steepness, but because it forces you to confront your extreme fear of heights. One misstep and nature will be merciless, but in return, the reward is a view you'll never forget for the rest of your life. At Getuhi, where the boundary between earth and sky is thin, you will understand what absolute freedom of gravity feels like. Guoliang Village Road, Henan. When you think of Guoliang, don't imagine a wide, open highway. This is a road entirely hand-carved by 13 local villagers in the 1970s. As you begin to enter the tunnel, the space suddenly narrows. You'll find yourself nestled within the Taihong Mountains. The light doesn't come from streetlights, but filters through 35 natural windows, actually giant holes carved directly into the sheer cliff face. The name, "The Road Where Mistakes Are Not Allowed," is entirely fitting. The road is only about 4 meters wide, and just enough for 2 cars to pass each other extremely closely. Zhangjiajie, Hunan. It is the most terrifying psychological test due to the dizzying heights and the death-defying structures added by humans. The first impression is overwhelming. To reach the summit, you have to travel on the world's longest cable car system. With 99 hairpin bends viewed from above, the road resembles a winding dragon. If you want to challenge your legs, now is the time. And standing beneath a giant natural rock arch, you'll feel tiny in the face of nature. It's a breathtakingly beautiful sight. The sheer, vertical rock formations shrouded in mist make you feel like you've stepped into a surreal world. Don't go if you have heart problems, but go at least once in your life if you want to know what it feels like to touch the clouds. Sichuan Mountain Ladders. This isn't a polished trekking resort with stainless steel railings. In Sichuan, especially on the sheer cliffs of Liangshan Mountain, the ladders are sometimes just wooden planks. And it's usually located at an altitude of around 800 meters above the valley. The only support was a few cold, round iron bars. On one side was a hard cliff, on the other, a bottomless abyss. The scariest thing isn't the altitude, but the sudden mountain winds that can make you feel like a leaf stuck to a wall. Never climb in the rain. The steel beams get slick as grease, and fog kills your visibility, dropping you into a blank white void that can easily trigger panic. Kunlun Mountains, Tibet. Famous for its gateway to hell, the Valley of Death. This is a place where even the native shepherds would rather let their livestock starve in the Gobi Desert than let them wander in. This valley has an extremely strong and erratic magnetic field. Lightning here doesn't strike from the sky, but seems to sweep across the ground. It's not for timid drivers, or anyone afraid of heights. It's a blend of nature's most majestic and intense beauty. If you enjoyed this or want to experience more mountain peaks, please like and comment the names below so Punder Planet knows. Mount Hua, Shanxi. First of all, Mount Hua isn't the highest or most beautiful mountain in China, but it is the most treacherous. With 5 main peaks, but what truly gives people goosebumps is the Long Kong Stack Path, also known as the Plank Walk to Heaven. What do you think of a path about 30 centimeters wide with old wooden planks nailed to the sheer cliff face? Below lies a chasm, an estimated 700 to 1,000 meters of sheer drop. Many sources claim 100 deaths per year, but this number was actually exaggerated back when seatbelts didn't exist. Now that 2-point seatbelts are mandatory, with cameras and monitoring, accidents have decreased significantly. Tiandu Peak. It earned the title of most dangerous due to its steep terrain and narrow, breathtaking mountain ridges. With its carp's backbone, this is the soul of Tiandu. A narrow strip of rock, barely 1 meter wide and over 10 meters long, with sheer drops of thousands of meters on both sides and no trees for cover. As you grip the icy cold iron chains, the wind whistling through the rocks makes your heart race faster than any cardio workout. A strange mix of extreme fear forces you to focus 100% on every step. At this moment, the world is reduced to just you and the rock. Along with the stairway to heaven, knees touch the step in front, while hands grip tightly onto the cable.